Are you ready to discover a truth that many would rather keep secret? Imagine living in a place where changing your religion could cost you not just your freedom, but also your life. It sounds distant, almost unreal, doesn't it? But what I'm about to reveal is more than real. It's shocking. In many parts of the world, thousands of people are risking everything, and I mean everything, to leave a deeply rooted faith and embrace one that's completely different. Why would anyone do this? What kind of powerful force drives someone to face persecution, isolation, or even death? In this video, we'll dive into one of the most intriguing phenomena of our time: the growing wave of conversions to Christianity in countries where it's either forbidden or outright deadly. And the most astonishing part, the last two countries on this list will blow your mind. Now you must be wondering, why is this happening? What's behind this movement? Stay with me, because each country we'll explore unveils a piece of this puzzle, and by the end, I promise you'll see the world from a whole new perspective. Let's begin. At the heart of Southeast Asia lies Malaysia, a vibrant, culturally diverse, and deeply Muslim country. Over 60% of the population practices Islam. It seems impossible that Christianity could be growing here, right? But here's the shocking fact. Every day, about 55 people are secretly converting. What's driving this? One of the most surprising factors is the sense of community and support offered by Christian churches, especially in major cities. But the story doesn't stop there. Imagine young urbanites and ethnic minorities discovering for the first time the freedom to explore another faith. This small but significant freedom is changing lives and paving a new path for thousands. But if you thought this was impactful, wait until you see what's happening in North Africa. Next, we move to Algeria, where nearly the entire population, 99%, identifies as Muslim. It seems impossible that Christianity could be growing here, right? Yet, a surprising number of people are finding in the Christian message something that deeply transforms their lives. Why is this happening? An unexpected answer lies with the Berber ethnicity, historically more open to outside influences. Underground churches are playing a crucial role in this movement. Imagine people gathering in secret, risking everything to hear a message of love and hope. But hold on. This is nothing compared to what's happening in Iran, the most astonishing country on this list. We'll get there. Morocco, a country where Islam completely dominates. Here, 35,000 Christians face the challenge of living their faith in an environment where conversion isn't just rare, it's dangerous. What drives them to take such a risk? Many speak of Christianity's message of forgiveness and grace, something that gives them a renewed sense of purpose. What makes Morocco's case even more intriguing is how these conversions happen. In secret, in urban cities, within small groups. It's almost like a silent resistance, but the most incredible stories are yet to come. So, what do you think is behind these transformations? Could it be that these people are searching for something greater than safety or stability? In the next country, the risk is so extreme that only faith can explain such courage. Stay until the end, because the last two countries will completely change your perspective on the world's religious dynamics today. The next stop on this journey is a place where the very idea of changing your religion defies laws and culture so intensely that it could be considered an act of extreme rebellion. And yet, these conversions are happening. These people's stories aren't just numbers or statistics. They carry an emotional weight that reveals something profoundly human. Imagine living in a place where every spiritual choice is closely monitored. Saudi Arabia is that place. A country where the public practice of any religion other than Islam is prohibited, where the law is clear. Renouncing Islam is punishable, often with severe consequences. And yet, something incredible is happening. Conversions to Christianity are growing, secretly but steadily. People are finding ways to access the Christian faith under absolutely adverse conditions, some through underground churches, others via digital content that reaches them like a beacon of light in the darkness. For these new converts, Christianity represents something almost unattainable, a spiritual freedom that defies every imposed barrier. But what about Turkey? A country situated at the crossroads of cultures and religions. On the surface, it appears immersed in religious homogeneity. However, beneath that surface, something is brewing. Something that challenges the status quo. In cosmopolitan cities like Istanbul and Ankara, small Christian groups are emerging, and every new convert carries a story of courage and transformation. These stories are impactful in themselves, but knowing that this is happening in a setting where Islamic tradition is deeply rooted makes it even more remarkable. It's not just a change of religion, it's an act of discovery, a spiritual rebirth that often begins with a simple curiosity, a quest for something deeper. Now imagine Egypt, a country with one of the world's oldest religious heritages, yet where Islam overwhelmingly prevails. In this context, the Christian message is finding its way to those who, in secret, are embracing this faith. The stories of many are marked by fear of reprisal and the power of a decision as risky as it is transformative. For these individuals, underground churches are more than just spaces for prayer. They are sanctuaries where they find hope, peace, and a community that embraces them in a hostile environment. As we move forward, what would you say if you learned that in Pakistan, one of the most religiously persecuted countries in the world, Christianity continues to grow? Every day, dozens of people choose a new faith, even knowing that this decision might isolate them from their families, their society, and even put their lives at risk. It's almost impossible not to ask, what are these people searching for? Perhaps it's something that transcends existence itself, a truth they deeply feel in their hearts. And what about Afghanistan, a place where the mere idea of conversion seems impossible? Even so, against all odds, stories of people finding Christianity emerge like small rays of hope in such a restrictive environment. Here, any mention of the Christian faith must be hidden. There are no temples, no visible congregations. Everything happens in complete secrecy. But perhaps it's precisely in this darkness that light finds its greatest strength. Then we come to Indonesia, the country with the largest Muslim population in the world. Here, the growth of Christianity is a phenomenon that defies expectations. Conversions don't only happen among isolated individuals, they are occurring in groups, in entire communities that find in Christianity a new way of addressing the challenges of modern life. Perhaps it's the universal appeal of the Christian message of love, forgiveness, and redemption. Or maybe it's something even deeper, something words cannot fully describe. And finally, Iran. A country where leaving Islam is considered treason and can lead to extreme consequences. Even so, over 1 million people have made this decision. It's a silent movement, but one that echoes throughout the world. Here, underground churches and online ministries are creating a support network that allows these individuals to live their faith amidst danger. It's not just about religion, it's about freedom. It's about finding something that transcends all human barriers. And now, the final question. What does this tell us about human nature? About the power of faith? Perhaps there's no simple answer. But one thing is certain. There is something powerful enough to lead people to risk everything. And that, in itself, is a story that needs to be told. Hearing these stories of courage and transformation, one unavoidable question echoes. What drives these people to choose a path so risky yet so profoundly meaningful? Could it be the strength of a higher calling, something that transcends fear and overcomes the barriers imposed by entire societies? Regardless of the answers, it's impossible not to admire the determination and faith these choices represent. And now I ask you, how have these stories impacted you? Have they changed your perspective on the power of faith and spiritual freedom? If you're as intrigued as I am, don't miss the chance to explore more stories like these here on our channel. Here, we dive into themes that challenge the ordinary, explore the extraordinary, and show how faith can transform lives in unimaginable ways. So, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to stay updated. Leave a like if this video brought something special to you. Share it with friends who might also be inspired by these stories. And of course, comment below on what stood out to you the most. Your engagement motivates us to keep bringing transformative content like this. See you in the next video.